Alright, so today's question came from one of our watchers. He asked, is vocabulary the most important thing when discussing, when talking with people, or whether it be listening or whether it be talking? So I know that vocabulary itself is very, very crucial to know and to know how to say it properly, but probably at your level of English or speaking it as right now, I don't think vocabulary is the most important thing to focus on, and it might not be the most time-saving thing to work on either. So I think with languages, when you speak, there's other important things you can focus on that will help you out with more situations than just vocabulary will. So for example, I think the two things would be confidence as well as knowing how to observe. So with confidence, doesn't matter if you are very fluent in the language and very adequate with the language, but if you just talk like this and you don't know what you want to say, then people aren't going to listen to you. Even if you're magnificent at the language, people are just not going to listen to you. So if you have confidence, and when you speak to them, chances are they'll know what's going on. For example, I have this nephew, before he could speak, he would talk to you like crazy. Like, he would talk to you and just say a whole bunch of stuff there's no way you're going to understand, because he didn't speak English yet. But because he had so much confidence in what he was doing, you would pay attention thinking that if you were going to pay attention to him, you would understand something because he's just that confident. And so if you want people to understand you, the first thing to do is to speak with confidence. And so that would be the first thing. It's really hard when you don't know what you want to say, and you're trying to say it, and you're not quite for sure if you're conveying the meaning, but do your best to still speak with confidence, because once the confidence is gone, the person listening to you is not paying attention, regardless of your vocabulary. The second thing would be observe the body language of the individual, right? So if they're like looking at their watch like, oh, I gotta go, you know, that means they gotta go. They're gonna leave. But if they have other stuff they're talking about, maybe they're pointing over here, pointing to the whiteboard, picking up an eraser, then you can judge by what they're doing with their body language, probably with the idea of what they're talking about. And so try to do a better job of, if you're not doing it already, try to get better at observing what people are doing with their hands and how they're expressing themselves with movement. So it's one thing you get used to. So that way, even if you have no idea what they're saying, hopefully with the environment that they're in, the way they're using their body, that you can still understand better at least than you would otherwise what's going on, regardless of what vocabulary you say that day. Though of course vocabulary will get you to the point where you can understand the finite things, the very small things that you need to know. And so yeah, so that's the big thing that I would suggest for you, is to focus more on the confidence when speaking, as well as the body language. That will get you probably more far quicker than if you just focus on vocabulary itself. So thank you very much for your question. If you like this video, please press like at the bottom. That'll help me out a lot. And so yeah, thank you very much. And please submit your questions if you have any questions. I would love to answer your English questions for you. Thank you very much. Bye.